Hey, it's good to meet you, man. Appreciate the opportunity,
Yeah,
bro. For real.
likewise. So what you been up to?
So,
It's
so
AJ Starsky, right?
yeah, it's AJ Saucy. Yeah, 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 yeah.
All right. And why do you have like the G, but you have like two threes instead? Like, is there
Yeah,
any deeper meaning to that?
yeah, of course there's meaning to that. 33 is so I'm very into spirituality personally. There's a lot of different topics that I kind of touch on in my music, but the main thing is I try to do like a little bit of conscious, but also a little bit of street, and also some shit that's gonna sound good that it's not really going, um, I guess, turn people off because of the message. Like a lot of things that personally I find with music nowadays is it's hard to create a sound that sounds good but also touches on shit that's like positive. You feel me?
Right.
So the main reason for my name is because I want to speak my spiritual truth at the same time. So 33 is essentially um it's so there's a couple different numerology meanings to 33. But I see 33 a lot in my life just in general. And so if you take like the term, I'm not Christian, but if you think about the numerology of the term amen, that equals 33. 33 is a very spiritual number. It signifies divinity and spirituality and just like ascension. Obviously, Jesus died at 33. That's also there's another that's another other very spiritual people died at the age of 33. So 33 is just a very spiritual number, and because I see it the way I see it, I decided to kind of incorporate that just because for me the term star seed is really what describes me. Um, and
All right.
I just kind of added that for sure.
Okay. And are you like religious yourself? Like, are you into any of that?
Um, yeah, I have had a number of different experiences with religion personally. Um, I feel like I don't specifically match to one particular religion, but it's definitely something that I like to pay attention to all different kinds of religions. I grew up as a Baha'i. I don't know, no, really nobody knows what that is, but basically, the Baha'is believe in the idea of progressive revelation. Essentially, what progressive
All right.
revelation is every 1,000 years, God sends a new messenger to renew the message of the previous faith. So we believe in every single major world religion. That's Christianity, Zoroastrianism, Buddhism, Islam. We believe in the basic same teachings because we believe that every single world religion has the same basic principles, the basic same basic teachings, but the practicality and the practical application of it differs from like generation to generation to fit the needs of humanity at that time. Um,
All
so
right.
that kind of gave me like a very diverse outlook on religion, I guess. But I don't. But that's the way I was raised. I don't specifically belong to one particular religion at this time.
Okay. So you're more open to any like all types of religion, like
Yeah,
what
for
they're
sure.
doing and stuff, and you'll like use it as a part of your life and everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I
So,
definitely take just different pieces of different religions and kind of make it work for me. In my opinion, I have a very specific and different relationship with God. So, it's definitely something that I try to balance in a way that works for me and not just what society tells me. I guess
okay. And how old are you?
I'm 19.
All right. And when did you first like start just listening to music in general? Start like picking like who's your favorite artist, or like when did you start getting deep into music?
For me, I guess shit. I always grew up listening to music. I grew up listening to like James Taylor, Prince, Boys to Men, Swing Out Sister, shit like that. Um, and all just all really all Earth, Wind, and Fire, all different types of shit. And then I just kind of graduated into like listening to rap music and shit like that. I ain't really start fucking with rap music till I was in like middle school. I ain't really knew what rap music was for real. Like I knew like the old shit like Kool Moe D and shit like that. But yeah, elementary school I wasn't really
Alright.
on that. So like I knew like LL Cool J and Kool Moe D and shit like that, but I ain't really know like mainstream rap music until I got to probably like middle school. But no,
Okay.
I always grew up listening to music. That's music's always been a huge part of my life for sure.
That's what's up. And what was like the first like time you started writing, put like write bars out and everything?
I feel you. So when I like the first time I actually started to write shit out was like when I was, I say probably like 11 to 12. I always
Alright.
had like in my head, even when I was a shorty, like I would think about beats and shit like that. I would be like making beats and rhythms and shit in my head, and like I would be making up different flows and shit. But I would never like put words to those flows. It was always just sounds in my head. And then probably about like 10, 11, 12 is when I started like putting words to that shit. And like originally, like when I was about 10 or so, I would just figure out words that rhyme with each other. So I in my
Okay.
head I would just say words and then I would find another word that rhymed with that word. And I would just keep going as long and long and long as I could. When I was a kid, I ain't really had that many friends. I got bullied a lot. So I was always getting into trouble, fighting in school, all type of shit. So for me, I was kind of to myself, I was a quiet, shy kid just because I ain't really had nobody. So I would do the shit on my own. And so I would just be in
Uh,
my head all the time. Um,
just writing,
so
thinking of
yeah.
music and all.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like yeah, so probably like like in 13 was when I first started recording music. I used to do that shit off of Xbox mic on my laptop, like
That's what's up.
yeah, it's been a long journey for sure, for sure.
So that's why you were into it young. Do you have any like siblings or anyone in
No,
your
I'm an only
family that do
child.
music?
My daddy did like he does his own music, but his is like a whole different style. He like singing shit. And then my uncle, he in the music industry. He got a company that does audio equipment distribution and stuff like that. He be doing like he be selling speakers and shit to like a lot of the festivals and stuff like that. But other than
That's
that, I
right.
mean, nobody like does like no crazy music industry shit like that. No. But my
Okay,
pops
and
is
you
for
said
sure musically inclined, and my uncle he is too.
that's what's so rubbed off on you and all.
Most definitely, yeah, and all them to every member of my daddy's family plays an instrument too. I play saxophone and piano. So every like them that all my whole daddy said they all play instruments.
Did they end up teaching you, or did you teach yourself?
No, I learned saxophone in school. I taught myself piano.
And how old were you when you like started teaching yourself piano?
I was it's actually that was like a recent thing. I just started doing that shit probably as of like 5, 6 months ago.
And do you incorporate that in your music too?
For sure. Yeah. Some of the I'd be making beats and shit. So like I don't specifically like play piano in a lot of the shit I got out now, but I got some shit on the way with me doing some shit with beats and shit like that for sure, for sure.
That's what's up. Yeah, so let's start like while you in your early life growing up. You said that you would get in trouble a lot, or you would get in fights.
Yeah, I would fight a lot as a shorty. I was getting into all type of trouble and shit. Getting kicked out of school, all type of shit.
All right, and you said you were to yourself. Like, was that because you were like different than everyone else, or you just didn't you stuck out, or
Yeah, I just didn't really fit in. As a kid, they would look at me like I was like, cause I'm Mexican and black, so like I don't really fit in with the black people, cause I don't look all the way black, but also I don't look Mexican either for real. So like,
so you gotta
it was
choose a side pretty much,
yeah. I
or
mean, it
just
was
be
always like the
yourself.
type of situation where I didn't really fit in nowhere. It was either and I eventually got around niggas and I was kicking it with the black people, but um, and that's really kind of where I found my people for real. But yeah. Other than that, I mean, I just as a shorty, I was just fighting, doing dumb shit, getting into trouble and shit, just because I ain't really fit in nowhere.
I feel that. And did you get in any trouble like with the law or any of that?
Yeah, I'm on papers right now, so I can't really speak too much on that. But I've
Oh,
been,
good.
I've had legal trouble for sure. Yeah.
I saw that. And you said you started writing at 11. When did you first record your track?
Talking about informant, you funny as hell. You said what?
What was the first time you recorded your track?
Um, I was like 13. I was 13. I was recording off an Xbox mic on my laptop.
All right. And what was that track about?
That shit honestly was just about some like depressive ass weird shit. I don't really know. It's been that long. I don't even think I got the files to that song no more. But I like a lot of the shit I originally started singing and rapping about and shit was like a lot of trauma based shit. I was very traumatized. I'm still traumatized, but like when I was a shorty, it was just me. I didn't really know how to express it for real. And therapy never really worked for me. So music's always really been my therapy for real.
And did you go into any like traumatic experience, or can you talk about it?
Yeah, I mean my best friend died when I was 10. And then my granddad died, and then my grandma died of cancer. There's a lot of shit. I've lost a lot of friends and family members and just shit across throughout my life. I've seen a lot of death. So I
And
think
did
that
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 make
really
you
kind of
want to
molded and
write
shaped
more?
me. Yeah, for sure. It definitely molded. Honestly, death would make you do a whole lot of shit. It definitely made me want to get back, like do music and vent that way. But also, there was some other repercussions that came from shit like that for sure.
That's right. And like when was like the time you started like taking it serious? Like you started
I was
dropping
probably in
more.
high school. I was in high school. I really started fucking with the rap shit on heavy as hell, probably like my junior year. Cause at the time I was like making music, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do with it. And I had met um I had met actually my producer that's not now in high school. So I didn't always go to the same school. I bumped around to different schools a lot of shit. So I went to the school that I graduated from, um, and I had met my homie and his name Nick. And
All right.
basically me and Nick locked in. I was a senior and he was a sophomore because I needed the credits to be able to graduate. And so um I swear to God, like the shit's crazy because my homie, he from Russia. Like he's an orphan from Russia, and he got his parents from here adopted him, and they brought him here. So
Oh,
there's like statistically that's crazy. And also then he ended up making music, and we was like doing like at the first day of school talking about like what do you do, so name something about yourself and shit. I said I made music. He said he made beats. All right, cool. So at the end of the class I walked up to him like, yo, what's tell you? And he sent
you were
me
like
this one
start
beat, and I
collaborating.
made it the same day, same night, sent it right back to him, and then we reviewed it the next day in class. And he was like, "Yo, this shit is crazy." And that track was called "Fly," and that bitch coming out. I'm finna drop that bitch pretty soon, but just cause I've been kind of weird with how I want to do shit. But yeah, that bitch finna come out,
Yeah,
bro, for sure, for sure.
that's what's up. And yeah, you did. I've seen like a couple collaborations you've done. Uh, often do collaborations, or are you more to yourself when you write
Right now,
collaborations?
it's just mainly some cool shit. I'm by myself. I don't really got no major shits that's out right now. That's like me collaborating. I got a beat with somebody. Somebody has sent me a beat through TikTok. I'm finna drop that pretty soon. It's more like a chill type thing. And then I got some like shit in the vault with me and a couple of the homies and shit, but um nothing like no major motherfucking features in there.
Uh,
That's to
you
come
released
though,
the
for
song.
sure.
Yeah, you released the song Pariah last year in December.
Yeah.
Yeah, that track was fire.
Oh, I appreciate that, bro. Good looking.
Yeah, what inspired
Yeah.
you to choose that cover art?
The cover art, it was just some shit that I found on what was that? TuneCo. Yeah, TuneCo just kind of generates some basic shit. Damn near every single cover on my shit is from TuneCo. It's just like one of them stock shits that I kind of just threw on there. Um, I
That's
got
right.
more like unique cover art coming very soon though. But I like that one just cause I I'm I love the city. and I tried to pick like some like Chicago type of type of thing. So it was just like the closest I could come to Chicago City type shit. That's
That's and what city are you from? Like,
So I'm closest to Chicago. I'm originally from Lake County, which is kind of like the suburbs of Chicago, but I'm very locked in with a lot of people in Chicago. I got people out there and all type of shit. My mama from out there, and I got a lot of extended family and people like that that live out there. So I'm very connected with Chicago. I spend a lot of my time doing dumb shit in Chicago. I'll say that.
right, and does drill like any drill music? Did that have like a big influence on you or on your music at all?
I mean, I think anybody that's doing street shit that fuck with Chicago in general is you gonna get affected to some degree by the drill music. I fuck with. I mean, obviously Chief Keef was an extremely influential person in that way. So shout out
Yeah,
to Chief and
big.
Keefer on my soul. No, but I mean, you got plenty of people. You got FBG Doug, you got Lil Durk, you got King Von. These are like you got Polo G, Young Pappy, like these is major influential people that really turned the streets up. So
Yeah,
I mean, no shade to them, you feel me? Because I fuck with some of them on a personal level, but I mean, Chicago just you got to pick a side, and so it's very splintered. The streets ain't the same no more. Like motherfuckers that I looked up to when I was coming up in that shit told me of a whole different vibe that was going on when they was going up and shorties getting into shit like that. When I was in the it's all over backdoor country and motherfuckers trying to, you feel me, like backdoor everybody, and it's ain't no
yeah.
love, ain't no brotherhood in that motherfucker. So the reality is that you
Ain't
got
no
motherfuckers
code.
that grew up right, exactly. Ain't no structure. That's what it is. Ain't no structure. There's no order to nothing. So unfortunately, you got motherfuckers that's cousins killing cousins and brothers killing brothers and this your 10-year nigga, but then they gonna throw you a 10 piece and you gonna off his ass a drop low some dumb shit like you feel me, like ain't no loyalty in that no more. So that and actually once I seen that for real and I seen like I lost niggas because of shit like that, I had to leave because it just wasn't for me. I ain't trying to end up like that. I
All
ain't
right,
trying to
and
keep going back to jail.
were you involved with any like gangs at all, or
That's
any of
yeah.
that?
I'm not gonna really speak too much on that. I'm not one of these people that's gonna get on the internet and
Yeah, we don't gotta
condone
talk about it.
or idolize that shit because that's not something. But yeah, I have my connections. I know people that know people, and some of these people are relatively influential in the rap game. Some of them dead and gone. Some of them still around. But I fuck with who I fuck with. If niggas know, they niggas know. That's it. That's all.
Yeah, and like, cause I'm from California, like anyone else like that's not from Chicago, they pretty much think it's like all around violence, probably because
No,
all
it's
these
not that
protests
bad,
you
bro.
see
It's not. See,
putting
that's the
out all
thing. Like, so I feel like the rap culture and a lot of that shit with like O Block and all that other shit and that whole beef with King Von and FBG Duck, all that shit, like that really turned
the
people up to the idea that like it's super violent in Chicago. It's really only violent in certain places. It's a beautiful city, I'm not gonna lie. And the reality is that yeah, if you go to certain spots in Chicago, then you might and somebody say, hey yo, check it out, and you go to check it out, yeah, you gonna get your ass took. They gonna think the shit sweet. They know your ass a goofy. They finna, hey, shorty, I need that. But I mean, realistically, that's not really the whole city. You could go to downtown and be smooth. You could go to and do other shit and be smooth. Like it's not specifically you gotta go to the hood and do some hood shit. Like it's not straight the hood. You feel me? It's not always like. But the reality is that most people don't understand that if anything ever happens to you in Chicago, somebody gave the word to do it. You're not just gonna get smoked for no fucking reason unless it's like an accident type of innocent bystander. But even then, that's somebody said, okay, somebody told somebody else to go get that nigga, and somebody got in the way type shit. You feel me? It's not gonna be like
yeah.
there's always gonna be a green light somewhere. Somebody coming after you for a reason. Ain't just no just senseless fucking killing. And that's what a
All
lot of
right,
people don't
so
quite understand.
as long as you're not like involved in anything like any shit or have any ops, you should be good.
I mean, yeah, if you staying out the way and you smooth, ain't shit going on. Like that's it. That's all. If you gonna be out the way and you're not into trying to get into it with nobody or on some overly dumbass tough shit, then you cool. Ain't nobody gonna mess with you. It's just people look at you like a real person. But if you trying to be on some overly fanned out shit, going to the hood, talking about some woo woo on phone them, all that goofy ass shit, no, we gonna beat your ass and we gonna take your shit. Oh my god.
Right. You're gonna get tested. So.
No, for real, for sure, for sure. We gonna definitely see what's tell you.
Yeah, from January 1st to February 18th, you release tracks every 9 days.
Yeah.
What made you want to just drop like that?
Just cause it was just something I had. Well, I mean, right now my vote is like 40 different songs, and so I was even more back then. So I wanted to just start pumping shit out and just release every 9 days. For me, 9 is a very significant number. My life path numbers are 9, so it's important to me. 9 is a very important number for sure, for sure.
Okay, so what is the number nine like?
To me, it's just I mean 9 is a universal number of completion. If you take like every multiple of 9 and then like add the two numbers of that together, you get 9. You see what I'm saying? That 9 is like the universal number for perfection and completion. And so just for me, 9 is a very important number. Somebody said something in the comments, like the guy found dead at the end of the street by mother was the man, but he was addicted. I mean, yeah, in a way, I guess you got a point. I mean, like I said, anything that happens anywhere, and really anywhere, to be honest, nobody just kills just to kill. Like there's gonna be a reason for why that person dead. Like that's just kind of the
Yeah,
way it works. But I feel like people just stigmatize Chicago so much because all they see in the media is the violence, but it's not like that for real.
yeah. There's like, so you're saying mostly it's just cool. It's just those certain spots.
Yeah, it's chill. You don't go out there be on some overly fan dumbass shit. Like don't be a fan.
That's
That's
it.
it. Be smooth. Be yourself. Be you. That's what you're gonna get respected for. Is being yourself.
And during that time, dropping during January and February,
Mhm.
you had the songs called what was it? Still the same?
Yeah, I had still the same. I had Ghetto Gods.
And yeah, still the same. Really popped out. And is it really you?
Oh,
Uh,
is it really for you? Yeah, for sure, for
yeah,
sure.
that one was dope too.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So what made you like? Just what was your mindset dropping all those like just at that time?
It was just really just trying to establish my presence on the internet. And at the time, I had just gotten everything situated with like how I wanted to professionally release my music. So, really, for me, the goal was to just release as many things as possible and try to have the majority of the songs out there. Personally, I use Spotify. I have Spotify Premium, so a big thing for me was I just want to listen to my own shit on Spotify, so I could put that shit in my playlist. That was honest to God, like really the main reason why I was dropping so much music so quickly because I just wanted to
To
listen to
put it
my
on
shit
the
on my own
platform.
playlist, bro. Yeah, that's really all it
Okay.
was.
Just be bumping it. Yeah.
Right, for sure.
And yeah, so were you into any like substances or any of that? Because a lot of artists be getting into it, a lot of drugs and all. Were you that type of
Um,
artist?
yeah, I mean, in my music, I be talking about a lot of different shit. I don't know like how many of my songs you specifically listen to, but I'll be talking about sipping lean and shit. I don't do that shit no more. But I used to pop pills. I used to sip lean. I used to smoke weed every fucking day since I was like 13. I don't do that shit no more. I don't smoke no more. But and I mean there have been periods in my life where I like
Why'd
didn't
you
really have a
stop?
choice but to go sober. But right now I'm choosing to be sober for two reasons. One, I'm on papers, but two, I'm just not. I just kind of like sobriety. I'm gonna get that shit a shot for a little minute just cause we gonna see what's to it.
That's what's up. And do you feel like it helps you like? Are you better at rapping just sober? Do you have like more of a clear
Um,
mind,
I wouldn't
or do you
specifically
feel
say
it's the
I'm
same?
better either way, but I think that right now, um, I am a little bit more creative in how I present my music when I'm sober. It's not like when I'm fried and I'm making music, it's not always as put together as it is when I'm sober. It's more structured and more professional sounding if I'm sober doing it versus if I'm high doing it. And like if you like go through a bunch of my songs and like listen to the stuff, I can guarantee you will be able to tell what it sounds like if I'm sober versus if I'm half making a song.
Uh, yeah, most definitely. I feel like you transitioned a lot, like in your music. Like you went from like rapping, like just ordinary and everything, to like doing more melodic
For
type
sure,
beats
yeah,
and everything.
most definitely, yeah. The reason why
Yeah,
I did it like that was just cause I want to diversify my style. I don't want to be like put into one particular lane or corner. So for me, it's important to be able to show people that I can just do more than just fast rap, or I can do more than lyrical rap, or I can do more than melodic rap. You feel me? Like I'm trying to like just show people I could do all different type of stuff with all different type of flows.
versatile and all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I want to be versatile. I want to show people that I'm versatile. I know I'm versatile, but the world don't know I'm versatile. So that's kind of the mission for that.
excellent. And tell us more about like the spiritual side of you. Like, so you said you
Okay,
got
for
into
sure.
that at an early age.
No, I feel you. So right now I got on crystals and shit. I'm really into crystals. I got this is like my little obsidian. This is I actually make jewelry. I made this little ad myself. I put an amethyst in this like a little moldavite crystal. Niggas know, niggas know. And then I got one other little chain. But actually, I want to show y'all this real quick. So I had these are this is
Like,
my little crystal table right here. Um, this is a big ass quartz tower. This is my amethyst tower. This is citrine, I believe. This is another quartz. So like I got all type of candles and shit like that over there too. So but I'm super into crystals. I got a little baby tower right here too. Um, so like for
and what
me,
do
I
those
just am super
crystals
into
represent
crystals.
for
What do they represent? I mean, crystals hold energy. Each crystal has a specific charge and specific energy to it. And all of them crystals kind of just combine together to make different stuff for me. So, also in my pocket, I'll show y'all. I got I got one of these right here. Um, I got one of them rocks.
you? Is that a
I don't
rock?
specifically know what crystal that is. It's a crystal. I got this lapis lazuli right here. I got this
Uh,
other crystal for grounding. I keep these in my pocket on a daily basis. These don't come out of my pocket. Um, and then I got another one. This one for creativity. So
yeah,
I have like all
that's
different
true.
types of crystals that do different stuff. They all have a purpose though.
That's what's up. And do you keep it with you all the time, or?
Yeah, this one is always stays in any whatever pants pocket I'm wearing at the time. Um, this I don't take off at all. I also got this gold bracelet that my mama gave me. I don't take that off. This I don't take off either. I don't take this one off. This one I take off just because I don't want it to break. But because like you see all these little rocks on there, all these little tiny
Yeah.
crystals, they are all like threaded with copper wire. So those I gotta be careful about. But each one of these is for like one of the chakras. So this is like the root chakra, the sacral chakra, the heart chakra, all the other chakras. So
And you
that's like
made
a
that too?
obsidian chakra thing. No, this one I didn't make. I only made the ad one. But I also make jewelry. So like I made this is like a little pendant design that I made. I 3D printed it for my homie Bread. And I got his name on the side.
That's what's up.
And I got my 3D printer actually. Hold on, I'll show you. My 3D printer right there. So yeah.
Okay. And do you have like a website that you be selling your product on?
On the on the jewelry side, no, I'm trying to get to that. I'm mainly trying to get my clothing brand up and running right now. I got a clothing brand called NPC. It's called New Prism Clothing. It's pretty raw. I just set up my LLC and shit right now, so it's kind of in the works. It's gonna come to fruition at some point, but I
All
gotta
right.
get the designs and the mock-ups, or actually like the samples and shit made first.
Oh, I
But I
see.
got like the
So,
mock-ups and shit I already did. I have like the digital pictures of what like the designs is supposed to look like. But I gotta get the samples and shit made.
okay. So it's already in the making.
It's definitely already in the works for sure, for sure.
That's all right. You dropped your very first album called Pints and Crystals
Yeah.
on, it was on yeah, it was in April.
Yep, that was actually so that particular picture, so that was just like a pint of walk that I had actually. So that picture was taken in a Motel 6, and That was that the pipe in that photo was actually my first pipe, and so I had
Yeah,
taken it
that
just
song are
randomly.
dope.
Yeah, so it was just some shit I took in a Motel 6. We was out there doing some hot shit in the Motel 6, and I had set
Oh,
it up just to kind of be cool. I love taking pictures and shit, so I was just taking a picture real quick, and I saw that the clock said 000. So when I was going through my pictures trying to figure out what kind of cover art I wanted to do, I saw that said 000, and in numerology, the angel number 000 was for new beginnings and new starts. So that's why I wanted that to be my first project
so
because it's just the significance of like a new beginning for me for sure.
damn, for sure. Damn, so you be doing that with a lot of your projects, like to be deep into like what time you're gonna put it out, the date you're gonna put it
Always,
out.
yeah. And actually, kind of, it's funny that you said that because that really reminds me of one of my particular songs that's on that project called Backwards. And I say everything calculated. Ain't it question? People don't think it's a social disease, seeing shit backwards. I think you dyslexic, cut the complacency and start to dream. And to me, like everything I do is calculated. I don't do shit else, and I don't do shit unless it's calculated. I always have a plan for everything I do. I don't do nothing folly. I don't just do just half step just to do it. Like everything that I do is calculated. So of course,
Yeah,
because
that's
if you
deep.
move and lose, that's how you fuck up. That's how you make mistakes.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, on that album you got like a whole lot of like tracks that hit. You
I
got
appreciate
one
that,
called
bro. For real.
you got one called Outer Space.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one was like you came with a melodic flow. I was definitely feeling it.
appreciate it.
What? Yeah, I was gonna ask you what made you change your flow up on that one, since, like from your past project.
Oh, okay. Well, honestly, like that. So a lot of them songs is actually very old. There's only like a handful of songs that is on that project that's new. So like Gutter Shit and Backwards and Vibrate are the only three songs that's like brand new that I had just recorded within the last few months of me before I put out the project. Just cause I
Uh,
didn't want the project just to be strictly like melodic shit. I wanted some like crazy like rap shit to be on there. So I did my best to kind of just add a little bit of sauce in there for sure, for sure. But I changed up the flow just because I again just versatility, man. I just wanted to prove that I could do shit different. It's not just me rapping fast on the track and with some crazy lyrical bars and shit. I wanted to do some different shit.
yeah, I feel that. Just be like unique and like stick out from. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, you got like another track that caught my eye. It's called Cheat Code.
Yeah.
That one you just came out like just rapping.
hmm
Um, like where were you like just when you came with that track? Like when you came up with it?
that was that. So that was actually the second song I ever made after I met Nick. So the first one was flat, and then he had came up with that other beat in class. I was sitting there making the beat with him in class, and because like our teacher at that time in that particular class did not get no fuck. We would sit there smoking the class, all type like we would have like be hitting the dab pens and shit in that bitch, all type of shit. The teacher
Just fucking
really did
around.
not get no fuck. I did 3 double dip tabs of acid and went to his class, and I was fried in that bitch. So he
Damn, just
really did.
tripping and all.
I'm telling you, bro. Like we would be in that bitch, like chiefing the pins out, and he would know we was doing this shit, but he wouldn't get no fuck. Like shout out to Mr. Luke Meyer. You a G for that, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. Real,
Just,
real, real
let it,
member right there.
just let it pass by. Fuck it.
No, no, he a real one for sure, for sure. He definitely a real one for that
Yeah.
shit. Cause he knew I was fried all the fucking class. Anyway, but no, we made that just real quick in class. I think he sent me the beat that night, and then I made it just real quick. Really, for me, like when I be making music and shit, it really only take me like an hour to make a song. I'll write the bitch in 30 minutes. It take me another 30 minutes to record, and boom, that bitch done.
So damn. So that's where all your music, just one
Yeah, I've
song, will
never.
take
Yeah.
you only an hour.
So there are a couple songs that I did like punch-ins, and I made in like 20 minutes. I just got the beat, got really half freestyled on that bitch, and just punched in real fast. And I made songs in 20 minutes. Like Ghetto Gods was like that. Vibrate was like that. Um, there's a couple other songs that's like that where I just like really quickly. Oh,
Off the
Backwards was
rip.
also like that. Backwards was off the rip, just like off the cuff, me freestyling, getting real high, and just getting in the studio and working. Um, yeah.
I feel that. And what? So does you said Nick is your so he's your main producer.
So he's the dude that makes all my beats. So like for me, just now that I'm getting like into a lot of like industry talk and industry spaces, I understand that there's the difference between like a beat maker producer and like a producer. There's our producers that like mix and master and really do everything, and then there's just producers that make beats. And there are a lot of people that say they producers, but then they don't do like step A to B of like the recording and the like the
The
post
whole
production and all
process.
that shit. Right? They don't really do
Yeah.
the whole process, or they some producers will say that it just make the beat, but then they don't add anything to make it sound better, or they don't make it or they don't like add little like musical elements based on music theory and shit like that to like make the
And,
song more appealing. So it's a difference. But yeah, he's
yeah.
the dude that makes my beats, and I'll be making beats with him. I'll be collaborating with him. He's a personal friend of mine, so we work very closely to make music and shit like that for sure.
Okay, so you also make beats.
Yeah, I make beats as well.
And do you feel like just the beat making process? Do you feel like it's harder than the rap process?
For me, I feel like I can come up it's really for me, like, it's about the hand-eye coordination when it comes to, like, making the beat itself. I can come up with tunes and shit like that in my head and just, like, shit that I want it to sound good in my head any day of the week. For me, I like to think that I'm very musically inclined when it comes to just, like, singing, rapping, making flows, making beats. I can come up with the concepts in my head, but it's about the practical application. I feel like in terms of rapping, it's very and singing, it's very easy for me because I could just use my voice. I use that on a daily basis. But sometimes the skills of playing the piano or using the drum pads and trying to put down the beat in the right way, that can be a little bit challenging just because it's about me doing the hand-eye coordination to like put the pattern down, if you catch my drift.
Yeah, so it's just a longer like process and longer just doing more than making a beat than
Most
towards
definitely,
rapping.
for sure, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, so that yeah, you definitely had some heat on this previous album you dropped. Uh, With It for Life was another dope track.
Oh yeah, yeah, that bitch is fun.
Yeah, like the beat went perfect on like just your flow and everything. I was gonna
For
actually
sure.
produce that beat, but I'm feeling like it was also Nick.
Yeah, my homie Nick did that shit for sure. Yeah, every song
Yeah,
that I got out now so far has been produced by him. He
that's
made
what's
all the
up.
beats that I got released so far.
And like, what was your situation like when you made that track?
So with it for life, really like the whole kind of point behind with it for life for me was I was in a space where I wanted to talk about the streets, but I did and I wanted to like vent about a lot of my trauma within the trenches, but at the same time, I didn't want to glorify it or make it sound like it was fun or like I was enjoying it while I was going through it. Because like for me, I don't want to sit here and condone no street activity. I don't think that I don't want to be in a position where people listen to my music and then think it's okay to go pick up a gun or think that it's okay to start gang banging or even false claiming gang banging. Because I know plenty of people that try to do that goof ass shit. And for me, it's like, bro, don't be doing some shit that because motherfuckers are really bad for that. You feel me? So
Thank you, man.
right, it's that shit goofy as hell to me. Like you finna sit here and pretend that you like that you repping something that you don't even know shit about. Like niggas have really like fought and died for shit like that, and you finna just take a shit on that just cause you want to be a fan of this shit. That shit weird to me. So um, personally, like I I wanted to be in a space where I could or just speak about the trenches, but not glorify it. So that's really just kind of where my head at was well with that particular song for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely deep. Yeah, before we end this interview, do you have like any words, like advice for like any like kids or anyone that wants to do the same thing as you, that wants to
Yeah,
pursue rap?
I would say like if you want to do music, just work on your craft and be and be yourself, be authentic with it. And I think that kind of advice kind of just floats around with anything in life. If you want to do anything in life, be yourself. Don't be out here trying to emulate what you see on the internet. Find who you really are and what makes you truly happy and go do that. Like don't just do some shit cuz you care about what other people think, or you want to look a certain way or sound a certain way, or live your life to look like somebody else. Be yourself, because there's only one you. You're unique. So live your life accordingly. Do what makes you happy. Do what's gonna make you feel fulfilled, and what's gonna make you feel like when you died, you lived the way you wanted to live. Because life ain't tomorrow is not guaranteed. Only thing guaranteed is right now. So
Fact.
get your ass up and go handle your business and do what you want to do, and make sure you get to a spot where, like, when you not here no more, you okay with the outcome. You okay with how you died. You okay with how you lived. You okay with the way you feel me handled your business on a day-to-day basis. Be smooth. Like, just do what you want to do. Do what makes you happy, and don't do that shit because somebody else on the internet said that shit look cool, or because you think it's gonna be cool for you to look a certain fucking way just because of what you see on TV. Like, that shit goofy. Don't do that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking facts for sure. And can you let the people know like where they can find your music, your next
Yeah,
project?
AJ Starseed on all platforms is AJ STARS 33D. It's all the letters is capitalized. Y'all can find me on Instagram at AJ TikTok AJ.Starseed. Yeah, just find me on Instagram, TikTok, all that. I'm on all platforms. YouTube, I'm on there too. Literally at Apple Music, Spotify, every distribution platform, Amazon Music, I'm on that motherfucker too. But yeah, no, if people fuck with my music, please, and always, my DMs are always open. If y'all want to collab, just chop it up, give me some words of inspiration, give me some advice and critiques on my music. Listen, I'm not opposed to people giving me advice on what you think I could do better in my music, because learning is always part of life. If you're not going through life and learning shit, then what the fuck is you doing with your life? So the reality is that if you as a consumer and you as somebody that listens to music and fucks with music, y'all want to give me some pointers, tell me, put me on game, because I could always be better. I'm not gonna sit here and tell y'all that and appear like I'm the best and I'm the best thing since sliced bread and my shit don't stink, because it do. I'm just a regular motherfucker, and I'm trying to go about life and learn everything I can in the right way. So just put me on game if y'all think that I could be better, sound a certain way, or maybe if y'all got critiques of like, oh, this audio quality, or turn up the gain on this, or turn down the gain on that, or up the auto tune, something. Put me on some game. Just make sure it's constructive and not negative. That's all.
Yeah, we already know. Y'all tap in with AJ Starseed, and this is
So
the Spoken Words interview, and we out of here.
appreciate you, bro. Good looking.
Yeah.